Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. Hawkeye Volleyball is brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Wellmark, you're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes from Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield, University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives, and by Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Now live, this is Hawkeye Volleyball.
Well, good Sunday afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Bob Devaney Center here in Lincoln, Nebraska, where today Iowa will take on the number 2 ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers. We're finishing up starting lineups here for Nebraska. I'm John Evans. Welcome aboard. Kind of waiting for him to turn the lights back on so I can see some of the stats here. But yeah, it's a different environment for the Hawkeye players, as this will be just a far different experience than most any of the players. I think Michelle Urquhart and Anna Davis have been here before. I think everybody else on the Hawkeye roster, this is the first time walking into this. I am a skeptic of the Cornhusker sellout streak in football, so I have done my darndest to look around this building and try to find an empty seat, as they have sold out volleyball as well since 2001, and I have not been successful finding. It looks like there's a row or two, I guess, to my left here, but in general, this is a packed house. It is red. There's a sprinkling of white in places, but it is primarily red. And then up and behind me to my left is the Hawkeye parents. They're even further away from the court than I am, in a situation where we are in the upper end zone corners, but it is a fun environment for volleyball and quite an experience for all of our team. The starters today for the Hawks, you'll have Gabby Deary as one outside. You'll have Jenna Meitzler, Hannah Whittingstall, Gracie Gibson, Michelle Urquhart, Malu Garcia. You'll have Joy Gallus and Kenya Prescott wearing the libero jerseys. Iowa in black, gold numbers. Joy and Kenya in white with black numbers. For the Cornhuskers, if you follow volleyball, you'll have heard a lot of these names. Bergen Riley, Rebecca Alec, Lexi Rodriguez is the libero. Layla Blackwell is the one you might not have heard, as she fills in for an injured Andy Jackson. Taylor Landfair, Merritt Beeson, and Harper Murray. This is a program steeped in history. And the Hawks will get it underway. When Iowa went to Ames, 5,500 people, nerves kind of got the better of them at the beginning of the match. We'll see if Iowa handles this better. Meitzler knocks it cross at Landfair. Middle attack from Alec, and she scores. Rebecca Alec hitting .363 on the year. The other two middles, Andy Jackson hits .475. Layla Blackwell, who's starting today, hits .450. Serve comes over from Mock. Middle attack, Gracie Gibson scores out of the middle for the Hawks. There's a spot where Iowa felt like they had an opportunity to attack just a little bit. Get one-on-one matchups in the middle. And Olivia Lombardi now back to serve for the Hawks. Liv fires it cross at Mock. Left side swing. Finds the floor. That was Murray. Lexi Rodriguez back to serve. All-American libero for Nebraska. Fires it right down the line. Lombardi, good pass. Middle attack. Gibson has to tip. Rodriguez is there. Right side swing, through the block and scores. Merritt Beeson gets her first. Nebraska second in the Big Ten in kills, averaging just a hair under 14 kills per set. They hit 292 as a team. If you serve them and let them be in system, you're going to have a problem. Lombardi overpass. And that's a kill by Beeson. Good read by Gallus, but she couldn't control the smash from Beeson. 4-1 Nebraska. Rodriguez again. Same spot. Lombardi, bad pass. Hawks are going to have to platform it over. Gallus sends it over. Blackwell plays it outside. Tipped. Back onto the Nebraska side. Go back out to Murray again. Rolls it over. Lombardi diving play. Meitzler pushes it across. Urquhart off the block and scores. Good play for the Hawks there. Didn't handle serve receive very well, which can give you all kinds of problems when you send a free ball over for Nebraska. But Iowa was able to get hands on a block. Gallus knocks that one over. Good ball from Mock. Middle attack. And that was Blackwell. Just went a good cross-body swing, went into the one spot and scored. 5-2, 4 different Huskers with a kill. Merritt Beeson now to serve. She hops forward, fires it over at Lombardi. Meitzler, right side to Garcia. Catches the back line and scores. Right in the one corner past the diving Beeson. 5-3. Malu Garcia, the reigning Big Ten Freshman of the Week. She'll be back to serve for the Hawks. She's working on, she's going to put her jump serve back into play. So the high top spin serve. Sends it over. Good pass from Rodriguez, though. Outside, good sharp cut, but a dig from Gallus. Meitzler, back rope, tipped over by Garcia. Push to the right. Blackwell goes through the block and scores. Can't tip against Nebraska. Nebraska too fast on defense. You send a bunch of tips over, they are going to dig them up. Fourth in the conference in digs at 14.7. Harper Murray to serve. 6-3 Nebraska. Sends it over at Lombardi. Dunked back on Meitzler's head as she tried to one-hand it and keep it on the Hawkeye side. As a front row setter, she might have been better to just go ahead and try to send that over. Actually, it looks like she did in hindsight, but decide earlier and go up and actually joust. You're not going to win that against Nebraska. Urquhart. Meitzler does the same thing again. Garcia gives it out to Urquhart. Off the block and scores. Good tool for Mickey. She had a good match against Minnesota. Hit 471 with 10 kills. Couple here in the early going. 7-4 Nebraska. Michelle Urquhart back to serve. Fires it across. Mock, good pass. Blackwell off the block and scores. Blackwell leaves. Kennedy Orr will come in to serve for her. 8-4 Nebraska. Orr in the 1-5 spot goes right down the line at Urquhart. Meitzler, back row to Garcia. Sharp cross, but Orr's there. Nobody's there for Nebraska. Punched over. Meitzler, slide to Whittingstall. She scores. Hawks caught a break there as Riley sent a back row set, but she didn't realize she didn't have a back row hitter that time. Or maybe she has Harper Murray, but had her in a bad spot. Alyssa Warden checks in to serve. 8-5 Nebraska. Goes at Murray. Good pass. Outside, Taylor Landfair rolls it off the tape and out of bounds. First hitting error for Nebraska, and Iowa has a couple in a row. It's 8-6. Landfair, player of the year a couple of years ago when she was at Minnesota. Warden. Mock, good ball. Slide to Alec. Catches the back line over top of Warden. 9-6. Warden checks out. Joy Gallus back in. Bergen Riley to serve. Hawks will return with 2. It'll be Urquhart and Gallus to return the Bergen Riley serve. Goes at Urquhart. Good ball to Meitzler. Outside of Deary. Through the block, but dug up by Rodriguez. Landfair blocked, and the Hawks get the point. Good block there from Meitzler and Gibson, as Landfair tried to roll it over slow. And she's got a couple hitting errors for Nebraska here in the early going. Jenna Meitzler to serve. Just 9-7 Nebraska here after the first lap. Meitzler goes at Rodriguez. Don't want that very often. Outside. That ball's blocked by the Hawks. Garcia and Gibson block Beeson. 9-8, couple in a row for the Hawks now. The Nebraska fans, knowledgeable group, trying to get their team back in it. Meitzler. Good ball, middle attack. Alex slams it home off Meitzler. 10-8. Alec with 3 now as the middles for Nebraska doing a lot of damage in the early going. Mauk back in for Landfair. She'll serve. Good ball from Urquhart, right side to Garcia. Good swing there. Malu gets the kill. Lombardi back in for Deary. She'll serve. Hawks trail by 1 here early in the first. Goes down the line. Good pass there from Murray. Rolled over. Beeson. Hawks get it in the air. Urquhart, big swing off Rodriguez, and we're tied at 10. 3 kills for Mickey here in the early going. Crowd trying to get loud again. Lombardi floats it over at Rodriguez. Great pass. Right side swing to Beeson. Splits the seam there and scores. 11-10 Nebraska. I think I gave Mock a lot of credit for Choboy earlier. The long hair covering the number. Pay more attention to the blonde versus a little bit of redhead. Rodriguez serves it at Lombardi. Bad pass. And that'll go as the first ace of the match. Olivia Lombardi better be ready. They're coming at her hard. Nebraska by 2, 12-10. Rodriguez comes over again. This time Gallus steps in. Meitzler pushed it out to Urquhart. Rodriguez uses hands, goes outside to Murray. Blocked, but Hawks are in the net. Hawks had the ball dug up. It's something that's plagued Iowa all year, net calls. It's 13-10 Nebraska now. Rodriguez floats this one over. Gallus runs up and gets it. Meitzler pushes it out to Urquhart. Big swing. Rodriguez with one hand. Riley pushes it out to Murray. Dug by Gallus. Lombardi steps in. Urquhart gets her feet right. She's covered by Gallus. Middle attack. Gibson's blocked. Gallus again. Meitzler goes to the right side to Garcia. Sharp cross is out of bounds. 4 straight for Nebraska, and it's 14-10. Rodriguez spins it and floats it over. Boy, that was a beauty. Overpass from Gallus. Middle attack off the block, dug by Lombardi. Meitzler steps in, pushes it out to Urquhart. She tips off the block, finds a hole and scores. Crafty swing there for the senior. Urquhart with 4 kills now. 14-11. Joy Gallus back to serve for the Hawks. Goes cross. Oh boy, what a heads up play there. Beeson gave the look that she was going to tip. Olivia Lombardi came charging in, and Beeson pushed it to the back line and scored right over top of Lombardi's head. 15-11 Nebraska, and that'll take us to the first TV timeout. When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. Every day, University of Iowa Healthcare is working to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org. 15-11 Nebraska here in set one. An offensive explosion for the most part. Nebraska hitting .409 with a couple, actually 3 hitting errors. Iowa has 2 blocks. Iowa hitting .316 at the first timeout with 2 errors. Nebraska has 1 block. 8 kills for the Hawks, 12 already for Nebraska. 6 digs for each team. As I mentioned, a couple blocks for Iowa, 1 for Nebraska. The only ace serve goes to Nebraska and Lexi Rodriguez. She also has 4 digs, 3 from Olivia Lombardi. 4 kills for Merritt Beeson and Michelle Urquhart lead everyone. Malu Garcia has a couple for the Hawks. Becca Alec and Layla Blackwell, 3 each for Nebraska. Gracie Gibson had a hand in both blocks. 7 assists for Jenna Meitzler. 11 here already for Bergen Riley. As Iowa competitive here at the jump. Kind of getting what you were looking for if you were the Hawks right out of the bat, right out of the gate anyway. Iowa lost in straight sets to Washington on Friday, or I'm sorry, Friday night. But they were competitive sets, 25-20 in the first, 25-23 and 23 in the second and third. And both sets of those were tied at 20, so Iowa was right there. Beeson now to serve. Urquhart, good ball. Meitzler goes all the way across to Garcia. She goes down the line and misses. No touch called. She cranked crossbody, just missed. Good swing there. But a couple hitting errors for her in the early going. 2 kills, 2 errors now. 16-11. Beeson. Good ball from Urquhart. Whittingstall. Hawks catch a break there as that ball was tipped over Beeson's head. Mock stuck a hand out and tipped it over. Choboy in now. Right now her ponytail's hanging over. I can see the 6 a little easier. Garcia, strong serve. Rodriguez though, great pass. Dumped over by Bergen Riley. Boy, Hawks were following the slide, chasing Blackwell, and instead Riley just dumped it right into the campfire, 17-12. She hits over 400 as well. She picks her spots. Murray in front of a diving Lombardi, and Gallus or Meitzler couldn't chase it down. And Coach Barnes will call timeout. Again, Olivia's going to want to get on her toes. They're coming after her, and they're going to keep doing it. No rest here in the Bob. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton. Each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. So after being tied at 10, an 8-2 Nebraska run has given them a fairly comfortable lead here in the middle of the set, 18-12. As the serving pressure is picked up a little bit. Nebraska isn't really a team that's going to serve you off the court. If there's one area that they're quote-unquote weak at, that's probably it, as they're 14th in the conference in aces per set. but they go right where they're looking and right where they're trying to attack. Right now the ball is just kind of dropping in front of Lombardi, so she'll have to make some adjustments there, be ready for that. Iowa, by contrast, is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th best team in the conference in aces, but the place where Nebraska really stands out, they receive serve 2% better than anybody else in the conference. They receive serve at over 96%, meaning if they see 100 serves, they only make 4 errors, less than 4 errors. Nobody else is better than 95. You've got 3 up just slightly above 94 in Purdue, UCLA, and Penn State. But Nebraska just does a fantastic job at serve receive, keeping the ball in play and giving their hitters a chance. Murray now to serve, same spot. Good ball from slide to Whittingstall. Easy dig for Choboy. Outside, Landfair tips, easy dig for Lombardi. Back row Garcia, big swing. Not so easy for Choboy, but she gets in the air. Murray, big swing, she's blocked. Hawks get the block and score. Battle of back rows that time go to the Hawkeyes as Murray gets the error on the triple block from the Hawks. Meitzler, Whittingstall, and Urquhart all get a hand in it. Michelle Urquhart to serve. See if the Hawks can creep closer here. 18-13. Mickey goes with the float. Blackwell has to play it. Goes to the slide on Blackwell and knocks it off Gallus right down the line. 19-13. Blackwell 4 kills on 5 swings. Kennedy Orr checks in. And now in the 5 spot, she's probably going to go right down the line and hit it at Urquhart here. She does. Good ball from Urquhart. Slide to Whittingstall. Easy dig for Orr. Outside, Landfair. Dug by Garcia. Urquhart steps in. Deary, tight ball. Dug by Murray. Slide. Alec off the tape and out of bounds. Going to pull the line judge in. Nebraska's begging for a touch. And they're going to give that to Nebraska. No challenge from Iowa, so it must be 20-13. Or to serve again. Same spot. Urquhart, another good ball. Back row Garcia, big swing. Choboy gets it up in the air. Murray platforms it, but it's tight. Tipped over. Urquhart, Meitzler, Deary. Off the block and out of bounds. Gabby Deary with the kill. 20-14. Alyssa Warden checks in to serve. Orr leaves, Blackwell leaves, Lexi Rodriguez comes in. Serve goes just long. Warden fired it in the seam between Murray and Choboy. Unfortunately, it was 6 inches too long, so the first service error makes it 21-14 Nebraska. Bergen Riley now back to serve. Knocks it at Urquhart. Bad pass. Meitzler chases it down. Deary will get a rip. But the block stays on the Hawkeye side. Wasn't a great block, but it was enough. 22-14. Iowa uses its second timeout. The Iowa City Area Sports Commission is responsible for our community being home to countless amateur sporting events and state tournaments. From state volleyball, wrestling, tennis, and much more, the Sports Commission generates significant annual economic impact while adding substantially to our quality of life. The Iowa City Area Sports Commission is a proud presenting sponsor of UI Women's Athletics. Learn more at wegotnext.org. Iowa field hockey and Iowa soccer were both in action today. Iowa field hockey did not have a great day. Trying to check on Iowa soccer. Interestingly enough, the internet is down on campus, so it was a little difficult. Live stats were down, so didn't have anything good there. or anything to report from that. Washington, Iowa's opponent Friday night, went to Madison today and had a battle of the UWs, and it was all the home team as Wisconsin just put the screws to the Huskies 25-8, 25-14, and 25-21. So a lot of a rude welcome to the Big Ten, I guess you might call that one. Looking around at some of the other matches. Ohio State is in Bloomington to take on Indiana. But first, Riley serves it over at Urquhart. Good ball to Meitzler. Back row to Garcia again. She tips, but Rodriguez is there. Beeson dug by Urquhart. Overpass though. Beeson again. Hawks get it up in the air. Urquhart, oh man. Tried to just down ball it and just pulled it right into the bottom of the tape. A lot of good scramble there to give the point away that way. 23-14 Nebraska. Bergen Riley sails it long. Good job from Urquhart there to duck out of the way at the last second. First service error for Nebraska. Jenna Meitzler to serve for the Hawks, down 8. Rodriguez, great ball. Right side, Landfair, dug by Urquhart. Gallus platforms it across to Garcia. She tips, pushed up in the air, tipped up in the air, swung and blocked. Nebraska with another try. And Beeson scores on that one. Man, that is just pure hustle on Nebraska's side. One-handed digs and covers. And then Beeson goes sharp cross into the 4 spot and scores with almost no approach. Her 5th kill of the set. And Nebraska has set points. The crowd come to their feet. Mock floats it over. Gallus steps up. Middle attack, Gibson. Off Rodriguez, but boy, Rodriguez just pitched a dime to Bergen Riley, but Huskers are in the net. That'll give the point to Iowa, 24-16. Olivia Lombardi to serve. Crowd doing their thing again. Lombardi fires it at Rodriguez. Riley, right side, Beeson. High off the block, back to the Nebraska side. Beeson will get another try. Gallus, Garcia, Urquhart off Rodriguez into the crowd. 24-17. Urquhart with 5. (24-17). Lombardi goes cross. Mock, good ball. Alec off the tape, stays on the Nebraska side. Tipped over, and then Alec tips it right back over. Hawk block was there on Murray, but unfortunately left it right on top of the net. And Nebraska takes the first, 25-17. We'll head to a timeout. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Melrose Meadows. Voted Iowa City's best retirement community. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. If you are in the market to buy or sell a home, contact the Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty. For all your real estate needs, call 319-631-5455.
Hey, hungry? And your heart is ticking for chicken? Well, take a quick turn into Quickstar because we got
no ordinary chicken.
Yeah, go wild with wings. Next level super wings with trusty sidekick and sauces. Or let's talk tender. Quick chick tenders. Love me tenders. Love me some quick tenders. Ours are bigger, better, tastier. Or if you're feeling good old school comfort fried chicken, we got it. Hand breaded, down homier than anywhere. Quickstar, saving your nuggets from ordinary.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Iowa Hawkeyes all season long with your favorite black and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from Niall Kinnick Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Hawkeyes branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Hawkeyes. Shields, proud partner of Iowa athletics and football fans everywhere.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Center here in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm John Evans. Hawks fought hard in set one, but Nebraska pulled away and took it 25-17. Michelle Urquhart led the Hawks with 5 kills. Hannah Whittingstall and Gracie Gibson and Malu Garcia all had a couple. Rebecca Alec and Merritt Beeson each had 5 for Nebraska. Layla Blackwell had 4 as Nebraska had 17 kills in the set, hit 333. Iowa hit a respectable 212 with 12 kills. 15 assists for Nebraska. Bergen Riley had 13 of those, 10 for Jenna Meitzler, 4 digs for Joy Gallus and Olivia Lombardi, 3 for Michelle Urquhart, 5 for Lexi Rodriguez, 4 for Lainey Choboy on the Nebraska side. Iowa with 3 blocks. Jenna Meitzler and Gracie Gibson had a hand in 2 of those. 2 blocks for Nebraska, all spread out amongst 3 different players. So a good competitive set for Iowa. If you kind of take it as, hey, we can compete here if we do our thing. Nebraska sided out at 78%. That was one of the things talked about. Washington sided Iowa out at almost 72%. And if Iowa was going to compete, they had to serve aggressively, but they had to keep the ball in. And you see no aces, just 1 service error for the Hawks, but Nebraska siding out at that percentage is a number where Iowa's going to have a hard time making runs to score points, in bunches anyway. Bergen Riley will serve to start set 2. Right down the line at Urquhart. Not a great pass. Meitzler gets to it. Deary high off the block. Murray punches it. Hawks caught a break. Murray in the back row at 6'2" was able to leap up, get her hand on it. But as she swung to punch it, she just lost control. Basically went into the up ref stand. So the Hawks have the first point and their first lead. Lombardi floats it cross court at Landfair. Out of system, but it's still a big swing. Touch goes over the back line. Give the kill to Beeson. Mauk comes in. She'll serve for Landfair. Mauk hops forward and fires at Lombardi. Great ball to Meitzler. Across to Garcia. Finds the back line. Good ball there from Malu. Hawks up 2-1. Gallus now to serve. Kind of in the 5-6 seam, if you can picture that. It's flat-footed right down the line. Goes outside. Big swing off the block. Covered by Mauk. Alec tips it over, and nobody's there for the Hawks. Wasn't the best connection for Nebraska, but certainly works well enough when you've got an athlete like that in the middle. As she was just on her way down as she reached up and flipped it over the net. Lexi Rodriguez now to serve. She had the big run in the first set that caused the separation. Lombardi, good ball this time, all the way outside to Urquhart off the block, covered by Meitzler. Gallus will step in, give another ball to Urquhart. She tried to push it off the block, didn't work. Garcia in the court, great tip by Rodriguez. Tipped over by Blackwell. And again, that's a credit to how good Lexi Rodriguez is. That ball was a good tip, but not only did she run and get the dig, she put an absolute, just a dime right on top of Bergen Riley, where then she could run middle right back at the Hawkeyes. And Nebraska has the 3-2 lead. Rodriguez goes across at Urquhart. Meitzler pushes it. And as she was backpedaling, she went over the center line. And that'll give Nebraska a 4-2 lead. Rodriguez again. Got into Urquhart's chest that time, and that's another ace serve, the third of the match for Nebraska, the second for Lexi. 5-2 Nebraska. Rodriguez again. Better ball this time. Hawks misconnect, but Urquhart tips it over. Rodriguez platforms it outside. Murray over the back line. Lombardi touches it. Gallus can't dig it up, and it's already 6-2 Nebraska. Hawks are going to have to come up with a pass here. Haven't been able to get a swing on Rodriguez' serve yet. Good ball that time. Outside to Urquhart. And she gets it down through the block on the Nebraska side, 6-3. All right, we did talk about that in the scouting report of being careful about going back to the serve receiver very often. 6-3, Malu Garcia, big high toss, big high rip into the net. (7-3) Nebraska. Merritt Beeson back to serve. I still like Malu's jump serve there. I'd rather see her being aggressive, taking that 80 to 90% rip at that one than just floating it over. Beeson floats it over. Whittingstall takes it. Great ball. Back row to Garcia. She pounds it in the net. Freshman just needs to calm down just a bit. Coach Barnes might sense that. He calls timeout as well. You're just trying to do a little too much if you're Malu right now. Just be you. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 57 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. So 8-3 Nebraska here in the second set. Nebraska took the first, 25-17. Iowa 3 kills on 7 swings and 1 error here in the first set. Nebraska 4 kills and on just 5 swings. Rebecca Alec and Merritt Beeson lead Nebraska 6 kills apiece. Alec hitting 857, 6 kills on 7 swings. Michelle Urquhart leads Iowa with 6. She's hitting 417. Give 13 assists to Jenna Meitzler, 16 to Bergen Riley. 4 digs apiece for Joy Gallus and Olivia Lombardi, 6 for Lexi Rodriguez, 4 for Lainey Choboy. And Lexi Rodriguez, in addition to those 6 assists, 6 digs, has 2 assists and 2 aces also. Not only is nearly every seat occupied here, there's a good crowd up around the upper ring in the standing room only. And if you don't like heights, you would not enjoy the standing room only seats way up above the level of the court, higher than the end zone standing room might be at the top level of the giant scoreboard in the middle of the floor, but the main side seats are standing room only as well higher. Merritt Beeson to serve again, floats it at Whittingstall again, another good pass. Urquhart, one-handed dig. That ball, Bergen-Riley with the swing. Dug by Garcia. Meitzler comes through. Urquhart has to just push, and pushed it well out of bounds. She was trying to push it off hands. Nebraska block, knew it though, and pulled their hands back. Just a smart play from what you would expect, an exceptionally smart team being the second-ranked team in the country. They're not just athletic. 9-3 Nebraska. Whittingstall again. Slide to Whittingstall. She tips wide. And this is what you get with Nebraska. You start trying to do things that you're just not normally doing. You're going to try to hit extra spots and be extra fine. That just doesn't tend to work. Floated over at Whittingstall again. Garcia from the back, dug up by Beeson. Riley slams it down with two hands. Urquhart wide. Riley's slam with two hands went off the tape, and I was able to get it up in the air. 11-3 Nebraska, 5 straight. Beeson at Whittingstall again. Another great pass, though. Urquhart hit it off the hands. Blackwell couldn't quite find their way to it. 11-4, Iowa breaks the run. Deary back in for the Hawks. Michelle Urquhart to serve. Good drop serve, but Nebraska's going to get it over the net. Urquhart, Meitzler, Whittingstall scores. Hawks get a couple in a row there. Third kill from Whittingstall. Mickey comes forward, goes down the line, overpass. Whittingstall slams it down, but tipped back over by Nebraska. Meitzler all the way outside to Deary, off the block, dug by Rodriguez. Blackwell on the slide. Garcia's there, Deary will track it. Platformed over by Whittingstall, Rodriguez. Blackwell again. Blows up Gallus down the line and scores, 12-5. Both Nebraska middles have 6 kills on 7 swings. Taylor Landfair back in from Mauk. Harper Murray to serve. Murray goes at Gallus, Meitzler, Whittingstall. Mauk with the dig. All the way across to Landfair, off the block. Gallus uses hands. Meitzler across, Deary. Dug by Murray. Riley, great set to Landfair. Rolls it over. Urquhart's there. Overpass, though, back to the Nebraska side. Landfair. Big rip off the block. Urquhart. Meitzler. Back row Garcia. Scores. Good scramble point for the Hawks there. 12-6. Alyssa Warden checks in, the redshirt freshman. She'll serve. Good serve, but a good pass from Murray. Landfair scores. Boy, if you're going to be one-on-one, Landfair is going to be a handful. 13-6. Just her first kill, though, on 10 swings. Iowa's done a pretty good job with her. Kennedy Orr now to serve. She floats it at Urquhart. Meitzler outside Deary. Tried to go high hands and missed. And again, that's kind of the thing. Nebraska just has 2 blocks, but Iowa now with 10 hitting errors. It's just trying to be a little too fine, a little too precise. Orr. Another good float. Urquhart. Meitzler. Back row Garcia. Dug by Orr. Alec. Goes sharp cross on the slide. 15-6. Nebraska's offense is clicking. 352 on the match. 23 kills, just 4 errors, and Iowa's blocked them 3 times. Urquhart, good ball to Meitzler. Hawkeye collision. Deary tips it over. Pancaked up by Orr. Pushed outside. Landfair tools off the block. 16-6 Nebraska. And Coach Barnes will use his second timeout. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now this is Iowa is an improved team. They're actually showing an improved competitive streak here. But man, this is a really, really good Nebraska team. Talked about Washington's height and consistency, though. When you look at the front row of Nebraska, Bergen Riley's a 6'1" setter. Rebecca Alec is 6'4". Layla Blackwell is 6'4". Taylor Landfair is 6'5". Merritt Beeson is 6'4". Harper Murray is 6'2". Andy Jackson, who's not playing but hitting .475 in the Big Ten, is 6'3". Lindsey Krause, another one who's not playing, who Taylor Landfair is playing for, she's 6'4". You just have tall, physical players on the Nebraska side of the net. And then you've got Lexi Rodriguez, Lainey Choboy, Olivia Mauk patrolling the back row, getting balls up in the air. So again, if you're Iowa, there's just a lot of pressure on you to be really good. And Iowa has shown a lot of improvement, but this is a different environment and a different level. Washington was a good team, and Iowa showed competitive against a good ranked team. But the tier to Nebraska, Pitt, who's shown, University of Pittsburgh, who's shown some outstanding performances this year, were just they're another notch above. And so Iowa, it's good to see this, be able to know what you need to do to raise your level. Kennedy Orr goes at Urquhart, slide to Gibson, good dig by Orr. Landfair sends it over the end line. She doesn't quite look like the same player she looked like 2 years ago. Of course, she was National Player of the Year, so any evolution off that would be different. But Meitzler sends the serve over the end line, so untimely error for the Hawks. 17-7 Nebraska. Merritt Beeson back in, Bergen Riley to the service line. Good strong serve, Urquhart. Good ball though, out to Deary, off the block and scores. Gabby's got 3. She'll leave. Olivia Lombardi checks in to serve. Yeah, Iowa's going to have to pass better so they can get their middles involved. Lombardi into the net. Boy, you just can't be doing that right now. Not even really trying to serve it aggressively that time. She was just trying to float it over. I'm sure she was very specifically trying to hit kind of that 1-2 seam, 1-6 seam maybe. Mauk at Lombardi. Overpass, and Rebecca Alec puts a small dent in the floor. Smart play by Jenna Meitzler to duck. And Jamie Marquardt will check in for Olivia Lombardi. 19-8 Nebraska. Marquardt, good ball. Garcia from the right. Ooh, good ball there. Got it into the one corner. Timing wasn't great. She hung in the air, used some good athleticism, and punched it all the way into the one corner. deep and out of reach of the Nebraska back row, 19-9. Serve floated over by Gallus, outside. Murray tips. Meitzler took kind of a false step as Urquhart was looking to maybe run through. And nobody got there for the Hawks. 20-9, Nebraska. Rodriguez to serve. Goes cross at Urquhart. Boy, that's a good serve. Garcia off the block. Riley with the dig. Rodriguez steps in, gives it out to Beeson. Oh, man. Great ball from Lexi Rodriguez just inside the court. Merritt Beeson stepped in and full hammer. 21-9. Off the tape. Falls onto the Hawkeye side. Third ace for Lexi, and that one was dirty. That's a reception error for Hannah Whittingstall, and that's after being great on serve receive. That's not her fault at all. Goes over at Urquhart. Good ball this time. Whittingstall chops it off Riley and scores, 22-10. Nebraska 476 in this set. Just one hitting error. And that was Landfair that she sent long. Malu Garcia, big high toss. Good serve there, but a good pass. Middle attack. Blackwell. (23-10). Merritt Beeson now to serve. Floats it over. Whittingstall, another good ball. Urquhart has to tip though. Knocked back to the Iowa side. Urquhart gets her feet right. Big swing. Pushed over. Boy, what a spot there. Riley had nothing, and she punched the ball up high into the 5 corner. Gallus was pinched up to the net, and Garcia couldn't get there. 24-10 Nebraska. Whittingstall, another good pass. Slide to her. Dug by Rodriguez, but Nebraska's in the net, so Hannah will get the kill. Her 5th. 24-11. Urquhart to serve for the Hawks. No aces, 4 service errors for the Hawks. Murray, good ball. Slide to Blackwell, high off the block and scores. Blackwell's 8th kill ties Rebecca Alec for the Nebraska lead. And Nebraska cruises in set 2, 25-11 to take a 2-0 lead. 25-17, 25-11. I'm John Evans. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar. We'll be back after just a couple minutes. Thanks for listening.
Hey, hungry? And your heart is ticking for chicken? Well, take a quick turn into Quickstar, because we got
no ordinary chicken.
Yeah, go wild with wings. Next level super wings with trusty sidekick and sauces. Or let's talk tender. Quick chick tenders. Love me tenders. Love me some quick tenders. Ours are bigger, better, tastier. Or if you're feeling good old school comfort fried chicken, we got it. Hand breaded, down homier than anywhere. Quickstar, saving your nuggets from ordinary.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Iowa Hawkeyes all season long with your favorite black and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from Niall Kinnick Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Hawkeyes branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Hawkeyes. Shields, proud partner of Iowa athletics and football fans everywhere.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great. But for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making, they're in to help you through all of it. Because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Hey Hawks, Peyton Sanford here. Now is your chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm today and partner with Iowa student athletes like me to support charities throughout Iowa. Learn more at iowaswarm.com.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Hey Hawkeyes, this is Kirk Ferentz. Support Iowa's corn farmers by pumping up with Unleaded 88. Fuel your drive to the game with a clear choice at the pump. Unleaded 88 is cheaper, greener, and homegrown. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Let's go Hawks.
Hey Hawkeye fans, Peyton Sanford here with Iowa men's basketball. Your support in the stands is critical to our success on game day, but now you have another way to make a real impact. Join the Swarm today and partner with my teammates and me to service charities throughout Iowa. Together, we're making our state stronger and helping Iowa athletics become the place where we experience the thrill of winning championships. Head to iowaswarm.com for more information. Let's make a difference, Hawkeye Nation.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, the hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Melrose Meadows, voted Iowa City's best retirement community. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, a AAA 4-diamond luxury property located just a few minutes from the Eastern Iowa Airport and downtown Cedar Rapids. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, the hotel is happy to welcome you. To make reservations, visit thehotelatKirkwood.com.
Welcome back to Lincoln, Nebraska and the Bob Devaney Center. I'm John Evans. Nebraska leads 2-0, 25-17 in the first, 25-11 in the second. Nebraska hit 542 in the second set, 14 kills to just 1 error. Iowa hit 167, 10 kills, 5 errors. But it was really, Iowa had a little issue with serve receive. Got out of system and created some problems for the Hawkeyes. 7 kills for Michelle Urquhart lead the Hawkeyes. Hannah Whittingstall and Malu Garcia have 5 apiece. Rebecca Alec and Layla Blackwell 8 each for Nebraska. Merritt Beeson has 7. Nebraska hitting .413 on the match. Iowa hitting .190. Jenna Meitzler has 20 assists, 23 for Bergen Riley. Iowa's defense is well spread out. 5 digs from Urquhart and Joy Gallus, 4 from Malu Garcia and Olivia Lombardi, but then that's really it. Jenna Meitzler has 1, and so there's your 19 digs. They all come from 5 players. Nebraska has 8 from Lexi Rodriguez, 5 from Lainey Choboy, 5 from Kennedy Orr, as Nebraska has 24 on the match. There were no blocks in the second set. Iowa had 5 hitting errors, but there were no blocks. Nebraska had 1 hitting error. It was a Landfair sail long from the back row. And Jenna Meitzler will serve for the Hawks to get set 3 started. Meitzler fires it well over the end line. 5th service error for the Hawks. Olivia Mauk checks in to serve. And that was Lindsay Krause this time, starting for Nebraska, so she heads to the bench. Mauk floats it over to Urquhart. Meitzler, Gibson off the block and over Bergen Riley's head, tied at 1. Good swing from Gibson. She's got 3 kills, but only 6 swings as Iowa's had a hard time passing. Haven't been able to get the middles as involved as they want. Jenna Meitzler to serve, or I'm sorry, Jamie Marquardt to serve this time. Mauk, good pass. Middle attack, Alec. Boy, that was outside of her body frame, and she just kind of thumb downed it, but boy, it had heavy velocity for a thumb down out of a middle attack. 2-1 Nebraska. Lexi Rodriguez to serve. Marquardt played it. The Hawks are going to actually get this platformed over. Right side to Beeson. Into the net. Hawks steal it. You don't see Nebraska do that very often. Beeson tried to pull it cross into the one corner, hits it in the net. Point stolen for the Hawkeyes. Murray plays a ball that might have been out as well. Beeson again. Finds the back line that time, 3-2. Beeson will serve now. Hops forward and fires it. Urquhart, good ball. Garcia off the block, covered by Gallus. Marquardt steps in. Urquhart from off the floor, dug by Rodriguez. Slide, Blackwell tips, punched up in the air by Urquhart, all the way across, but nobody's home. Weitzer punched it over. Rodriguez, Riley, Blackwell. Whittingstall was late, and I don't blame her. The set came from all the way across the floor. 4-2 Nebraska. Nebraska just spreads you out to either pin. It's going to be a lot of one-on-ones unless your middle guess is right. Beeson. Bad pass from Urquhart. Middle didn't touch it, so Urquhart's pass wasn't very good. Meitzler knocked it up in the air. Garcia then one-handed it. It's 5-2 Nebraska. Urquhart again. Meitzler, Whittingstall, covered. And there's a block. Blackwell and Murray block Garcia. She got a pretty decent ball from Marquardt, but it was high and Block was able to sit there. Can Iowa stop this train quickly? 4 in a row for Nebraska, 6-2. Good ball from Marquardt. Outside to Urquhart. She tips. It's a beauty. Right over the block, 6-3. Mickey's got 8. Malu Garcia now to serve. The big high toss and the rip gets stuck in the net. Ball actually got stuck between the opposite antenna and the net. 6 service errors for the Hawks. Harper Murray. Marquardt outside to Urquhart, scores. And one of the things the Hawkeyes talked about in the scouting report was if you wanted to keep the block off you, you needed tempo. That was a good quick pass. Good quick second pass from Meitzler out to Urquhart. Able to beat the block in the seam. Michelle Urquhart serve. Hawks down by 3. She goes right down the line. Mauk, good pass. Back row. Boy, that caught the line. That was a beauty. Beeson just wrapped her hand around it. Looked like it might curl wide. Instead, catches the sideline in the 1-2 seam. 8-4. Beeson with 9 now. Kennedy Orr to serve. Coming at you, Mickey. Good ball to Meitzler. Slide to Whittingstall. Through the block and scores. Hannah with 6. And she's actually going to stay in and serve this time. Let's see if she goes with her aggressive serve. If she stands and floats it. Nope, she's going to gallop in and hammer it. Love it. Rodriguez, great pass though. Riley outside. Krause's first kill. It's exactly what you wanted out of Hannah Whittingstall from the service line, but unfortunately that's a 3-time All-American that she served it at. 9-5 Nebraska. Bergen Riley at Urquhart. Off the net, back row Garcia. Rips it over the end line, 10-5. And Nebraska just doesn't. Riley, good ball. Meitzler pushed it out. Deary. One-on-one block from Beeson. Timeout, Coach Jim Barnes. Just about to say Maryland or Nebraska just doesn't really hurt themselves. You know, the Beeson hitting error into the net, extremely rare. There's just 6 hitting errors for Nebraska. Iowa with 3 blocks. So you take 70 swings and you've only hit 3 balls out of play that you didn't either make the other team block or at least try to dig is a recipe for a high level of success. Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all of your transport needs. Check out their website at expressmidwest.com. So just that idea that, you know, obviously you can't just free ball the ball over every time to try to let the other team run it back at you, but you have to be able to keep that ball in play and to make the team score a point on you rather than just giving them the point. So we'll see. Iowa can again just find a way here. Keep punching above their class a little bit. It's 11-5 Nebraska here in the 3rd set. 25-17, 25-11 were the scores in the first 2 sets. "36 kills on the match for Nebraska, 26 for Iowa. Nebraska hitting .429. Iowa hitting .178. Which, like we talked about on Friday against Washington, Iowa doing a decent job. Nebraska opponents hitting .161. So Iowa challenging Nebraska a little bit that way. Iowa soccer did get the win over Indiana 1-0. Great start for Coach Dave Diani and his squad. Urquhart diving play. Meitzler has the platform. What will Deary do? Goes at Rodriguez. Easy dig. Riley. Beeson. One-on-one block is really almost never going to end well. And Beeson finds the floor. First in double figures, 12-5. Riley. Bad pass from Urquhart. Great serve, I guess might even be a more appropriate description of that. You could see the movement on it from here. 6th ace serve from Nebraska. as they are putting just constant pressure on the Iowa serve receive. Iowa will drop back. Gabby Deary to help. Urquhart, better ball this time. Meitzler. Gracie Gibson with the kill. She dents the floor. 13-6. 4 on 7 swings for Gracie. Meitzler to serve for the Hawks. Floats it over at Krause. Middle attack, Alec misses wide. Again, that's what I was talking about just a couple minutes ago. You don't see Nebraska make too many of those errors. Seem to know where the boundaries of the floor are. 13-7. Good pass from Mauk. Krause finds the floor. Right side swing from Krause. One-on-one block. She found the seam and scored. 14-7. Murray checks back in. Mauk checks in. So serves it off the tape. Urquhart. Middle attack. Gibson puts it down. Wasn't as powerful as emphatic as her first one, but that one was pretty good too. 14-8. Marquardt to serve. Jamie right down the line at Mauk. Good pass. Alec misses wide. She's going to have to run laps or something. That's her first 2 hitting errors of the match. 14-9. Big high float. Mauk has to come flying in. Outside Murray blocked, but on the Hawkeye side. 15-9, Murray with 5. Lexi Rodriguez to serve. So we've got Blackwell, Murray, and Beeson in the front row. Rodriguez right down the line. Good ball from Marquardt. Gibson scores. Good rotation for Gracie Gibson. She'll leave for the Hawks. It's 15-10. 6 kills on 9 swings for Gracie. Gallus sends a big floater over. Right side swing. Beeson tips. Dug up. Whittingstall off Rodriguez. And Whittingstall, I think, got a block on that as Blackwell just kind of ricocheted off Rodriguez, punched off Blackwell, who just tried to hit it, but Whittingstall was there, so it's 14-11. Not sure what exactly that'll go as. Good ball dropped in front of Mauk. Outside, Murray tips. Punched over by Hawks. Mauk again. Pushed outside. Murray, big swing, scores. 16-11. Beeson now back to serve. So they gave Whittingstall the kill there. So Hannah now with 7. 16-11 Nebraska. Urquhart, good ball to Meitzler. Slide to Garcia. Overpass, Urquhart will take it. Meitzler, Garcia again. Dug by Beeson. Look out Murray. Dug by Marquardt. Urquhart. Touch scores. 16-12. Mickey's in double figures. She's got 10 now. Malu, the big high toss. Now overpass. Hawks are able to dig it up. Urquhart tips. Punched up by Riley. Mauk, Murray. Oh boy. Rolled it through the block. Marquardt didn't get a good read on it. 17-12. Murray now back to serve. Bops it over. Whittingstall took that one in front of a diving Urquhart, and that's another ace. Nebraska has just absolutely won serve and receive today. (18-12) Nebraska. Floats it at Gallus. Meitzler. It's recycled. Urquhart tried to go down the line, hit it outside the antenna. 19-12. Coach Barnes will use his last timeout. As Nebraska on a little bit of a flex here, it's 19-12. When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. Every day, University of Iowa Healthcare is working to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, the University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org. Iowa hitting 227 still in this set. Just can't really find a way to slow down Nebraska. Nebraska 389 in the set, which is an improvement as Nebraska's hitting 407 in the match. Iowa hitting 200 on the match, 31 kills, 10 from Michelle Urquhart, 7 from Hannah Whittingstall, 6 from Gracie Gibson, 10 for Merritt Beeson, 9 for Rebecca Alec, 9 for Layla Blackwell, 7 now for Harper Murray as she's heated up. 28 assists for Jenna Meitzler, 32 for Bergen Riley, 6 digs for Joy Gallus, 11 for Lexi Rodriguez, couple blocks for Gracie Gibson and Jenna Meitzler, 2 for Merritt Beeson and Layla Blackwell. Nebraska just executes at an exceptionally high level consistently, and that's the hallmark of Coach John Cook's teams. And something for Iowa to build toward is finding that higher level of consistency more and more often. Harper Murray to serve. Marquardt, good ball. Meitzler, Whittingstall in the slot, high off the block, dug by Beeson. Outside of Krause, off the block. And nobody home for the Hawks as it ricocheted into the 1-6 seam on the back line and scored 20-12. Good pass from Gallus. Back row Garcia off the triple block, covered. Meitzler, Whittingstall pushes it. Rodriguez is there though. A lot of traffic. Murray from the back. Doug. Whittingstall gets in the air. Urquhart with a swing, but right at Rodriguez. Outside of Krause, she tips. Oh, Urquhart. Mickey was there. She just kind of flinched. It was a great read. Perfect spot. And then when the ball came at her slower than she expected, she just kind of flinched at it. And unfortunately, that's a kill for Krause, 21-12. Murray. Right over the top of the tape. Gallus, good ball. Garcia tips. Tried to tip it into the 2 spot and miss. 22-12. The crowd getting a jump here is starting to leave early. Urquhart, good ball. She gets the kill off Rodriguez. I was reading a tweet, I think it was from Becca Alec's brother, that was criticizing the Nebraska fans when they left early against UCLA. UCLA ended up coming back and winning the 3rd set. Nebraska won in 4, but talking about everybody leaving early. Urquhart serve, ball goes out to Krause, high off the block. Meitzler couldn't get a hand on it, 23-13. Macy Bosiger into serve now. her first appearance. Cornhuskers 2 points away, 23-13. Gallus, Meitzler, Deary. Dug up, pushed to the outside, Krause. Gallus with a diving play. Deary again off the block. Bosiger with her dig. Beeson from the back, dug by Gallus. Overpass. Riley tried to dump it. Hawks were ready. Deary. Oh boy, they got it in the air. Riley will push it over with 2 hands. Urquhart, Meitzler, Whittingstall. Blocked by Krause and Alec, mostly Krause. Match point, Nebraska. Bosiger to serve. Urquhart, good ball to Meitzler. Back row Garcia. And Becca Alec gets a one-on-one block, and that'll do it. 25-13. Nebraska takes set 3 and takes the match 3-0. 25-17, 25-11, and 25-13. As Iowa sees what the number 2 team in the country looks like, Nebraska on a large winning streak. See if I can quickly pull it up here. Look at Nebraska's schedule. They lost. SMU got them earlier in the season, as Nebraska went down to Dallas and got swept. But boy, have they responded since then. A couple of teams you would have expected them to take care of business against. They won a thrilling 5-setter against Creighton, but now sweeps against Arizona State, Wichita State, Stanford, Louisville. UCLA took a set, but then USC, Illinois, and now Iowa fall in straight sets to the Cornhuskers, as Nebraska just shows why they're one of the best in the country here today. Hit .409 on the match, 44 kills, just 8 errors, and balanced. 10 kills from Merritt Beeson, 9 from Becca Alec, 9 from Layla Blackwell, 7 from Harper Murray, 5 from Lindsey Krause, who only played in the third set. Hawks were led by Michelle Urquhart with 11, Hannah Whittingstall with 7, Gracie Gibson with 5, Gracie Gibson with 6, Malu Garcia with 5, Gabby Deary with 3. Hawks hit 158 on the match. Nebraska again hits .409. Jenna Meitzler dishes out 29 assists. Michelle Urquhart 6 digs. Joy Gallus with 8. Malu Garcia with 5. Olivia Lombardi had 4. But Iowa had 3 blocks in the first set and couldn't get any more after that. It just had 3 in total for the match. So now you regroup. You learn something here. You always knew this was going to be a big task when you came into Lincoln, but now you try to figure out how do you get better. You got Rutgers coming in on Friday. Iowa won that match to kick off the Big Ten schedule at Rutgers last week, or 10 days ago. So now you'll play them again for the second time in almost exactly 2 weeks. You get a chance to get them at home. 6 o'clock on Friday, we'll be back on the air. I'll have Reagan Coyle with me. Then you'll bounce right back and you'll play Purdue. You'll get another nationally ranked team, highly ranked team, on Saturday. So right after that, Iowa will get the match on Friday against Rutgers, Saturday, both of those at 6 o'clock against Purdue. So that'll do it for me from Lincoln. I appreciate you tuning in on a Sunday. Iowa falls in straight sets, 25-17, 25-11, and 25-13 to the number 2 ranked team in the country. I'm John Evans. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar.
on the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. This has been Iowa Hawkeye Volleyball, brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Wellmark, you're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes from Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield, University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives, and by Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.